if I am right here, one ceiling would be in my mohawk. So that extra half ceiling means that I have room for my hawk above my head. Hey Geeks, Arahli here, and thank you for joining me today as we play some more ARK Survival Evolved. We are on the Geeks Vanilla Ragnarok server, and behind me is a house. So, if you guys watched my last episode over in the Iron Mine, you saw that I at the very end, I said that I had some technical difficulty, and I lost a recording. It was actually over here. I had been playing with all the stuff from the TLC up. Oh, what's it? Oh. That's so nice. I like the pink flame, too. That's very cool. Thank you for putting that down. So it was all about the TLC update. I actually had... Oh, wait. Can I get some pink flame in my face? Because that's just funny. Oh. Wait for it. There it is. Anyways, I had done some taming for the TLC patch, and I lost all that footage, unfortunately. So here's Leaps McGee, his little Procoptodon that we gathered up. They do some pretty cool jumps and some pretty cool stuff with babies, and they do some torpor stuff, I think, or just knock back, one of the two. Very cool. We'll actually get into this. I'm actually going to just have to do more. I'm going to get a bear, and then we'll kind of play with some more stuff. But the new, I guess I should show you this too real quick. The new character model, or the new dino model, looks great. I think they did a really good job. The face is much better. The ears are hilarious. The fur looks great too. The coloration patches are nice. So they did a good job on that. And then I also managed to find a decent level wolf. This is Nim. Let's go ahead and get Nim faced out this way. There you go. That's awesome. This model looks so good. I love what they've done with the models for the wolves. They look amazing. And they have some pretty cool abilities too. But we will get into some of that at another time. But yeah, okay. I want to show you that. The other thing I want to show you is that what I started doing at the end of the last episode that I was trying to record was talking about this place. So this little house behind me was built by Lizzie because I kept my dinos and stuff kept dying because well, not dying, but they get attacked by RGs that ran around here. So she built me a little enclosure to keep myself in, and then she actually on the other platform I put up, she had placed a bunch of like door frames and stuff to keep my dinos at least corralled, which is great. The only drawback is she built this over here with which no one knew my plans. Of course, my plan is to get rid of this platform altogether because I managed to get the platform over here at a higher level than I wanted to keep it at. So we're going to actually take apart half this house today, and I'll show you how we built it, and then it'll be there for real. And then I built this bigger platform down here that's meant to be my workshop kind of deal. So it's a bit haphazardly done with the foundations because I couldn't get them to line up the way I wanted to, but it's fine. It's a workshop, so this is just going to be where all the actual, crafting tables and all that kind of stuff are. All right, so the house over here. Let's take a look. I wanted a place that overlooked this beautiful waterfall, right? So I built this place back here for that. We'll actually do some decorating and stuff too once we're done, but the basic idea is just to make this a living place, right? So this will have, like our kitchen gear essentially, and then we'll be able to kind of have our little house here that looks out towards the waterfall. So that's kind of the basic idea. You can't see much of this, unfortunately, but what we're going to do is, like I said, I'm going to actually tear down half of it. I'm going to go through with the demo gun. I'm going to just rip it apart, and then we're going to actually build that half together so you guys can kind of see how it works to get this, the floaty bit's hilarious. I don't know if you guys got to see this either. I stole a monkey puzzle trick, and what's under here right now is glass foundations. So if I do model, I can show you all four sides. So like each of these, they're just glass foundations over top of this because the vanilla cliff platforms, you can just demo gun them and everything on them collapses. So right now these all have glass ceilings going over top of them to come out here, or foundations and stuff. So I'd be able to stand on this and shoot without having to worry about taking the whole platform up. Okay. Whew. That's a lot of talk. Let me tear down half this place. And we'll come back and start playing with how we built it in the first place so you guys can follow along with me. Daylight breaks on a brand new day here on the Geeks Ragnarok server. I actually also forgot while I was showing you the little things over here to show you guys Bork, because I don't think you've seen Bork yet either. Alley Cat and Bad Moose happened to have a, they donated a, let's say a spare egg to me over on Aberration, so I'm going to have a rock drake, because I haven't really done much with the rock drakes on the Geek servers yet. And we call I called it Borg because Bad Moose pointed out that it is kind of a Swedish colored. It had the blue back with the yellow underbelly, so it kind of had like the blue and yellow going. And of course, I love the Swedish chef, so I had to call it Bork. All right, so there's that for us. Let's go take a look at the basic outline of this house. We'll just get up here real quick. So all I did was I took the basic hexagonal piece in the middle and I built out one layer around it from there. And to do that, in case you guys haven't seen it before, you just, from every one of the back pieces of this triangle piece, you come out with a square foundation and fill the rest of the holes in with triangles. So we did that all the way around. And then on the next piece over, I decided which direction I wanted to be forward. So like right here is where the door is going to be. And I went back in and I just took over, like I came back all the way in and went one out and I just built out 2 triangles and 1 square piece. It just kind of gives that that odd little additional piece you see on the sides. I just wanted something that wasn't straight hexagonal. So that was just a way to get a different shape in there for us. All right, so if you have watched my builds before, you will know how to do this piece. I'm going to show you again just in case. This is a glass foundation underneath us. If we are standing on top of something like a foundation or a ceiling outside of the foundation you want to use, you can get my favorite look in the game by getting a wall on it. So you have to just actually look down at your feet. The green is the piece we want pointed out. And that is how we get the outside or the inside out look for it. So we're going to just do that real quick for all of these. It's a little harder on some of the triangle pieces, like this, the triangle foundation, because it wants to snap to the other pieces as well. So you kind of got to just step in. But yeah, if you just step in... Don't do this. Thank you. If you just step in closer to what you're trying to do, usually you can get the look you want. But look down at your feet, and that's how you get your snap point in there. So we'll do the same thing here. Look down, and that's how we get our green. So we'll go back and we'll do this up front as well. This should be glass here, which I think I put away. Let's grab one of those. Yep. You gotta do the same thing on this, because you want to make sure the snap points stay the same. So we do want, it should be green. Is that right? This looks like it's pointing in. Maybe it's not the same on this one. Yeah, pointing in. That's what we want. Yeah, okay. That pulls it to the outside piece, and that's what we want. Okay, this should be another one of these guys. And then this should be our door frame, which I probably didn't bring any door frames with me yet. So let's grab a door frame. And we'll put this in. Same deal again. You want it to be green on the outside, so we want it to be facing inward, which is what we just did. What that's going to let us do is actually put more door pieces on the outside of this, too, once we're done. Alright, so now we need to put in that second layer you guys see. I wanted this to be a little taller than one ceiling because, well, I mean, my mohawk is taller than one ceiling. So if we, let me just go ahead and zoom in here so you can kind of see what I'm talking about. If I am right here, one ceiling would be in my mohawk. So that extra half ceiling means that I have room for my hawk above my head. Alright, so we're going to just use glass rails, essentially. And that's just going to give us an extra layer of kind of the openness that I want. It kind of gives that that extra bit of light that can kind of come in. Ah, beautiful. Okay, so now we're just going to follow the pattern we have here. So if you guys look over here, you can see we've got... Oh, let's get up here real quick. We've got some glass in the front here, and then we have wood and stone kind of through the back section there. So because I've already put everything in backwards, like I want to, I can just snap these pieces in now. To get them up where I want. Actually, before we do that, though, I don't want to forget this. There is a weird issue with us doing it that way. The issue comes in when you start trying to place down ceilings and stuff. So before we get into doing that silly stuff, I mean, let's get our ceilings in place, because otherwise the ceilings will want to snap in between the two things as well. So we're going to take these guys and this and some of those. And that should be our majority of what we need. Actually, we don't need the stone yet anyways. We need this and this. Alright, we're going to jump up here. I'll show you guys how to do this part in just a second, too. Okay, so I actually have a pattern here that I wanted to kind of stick with. I made everything kind of point in very specific directions. So this piece here, I want the wood to go across the front. And then for this triangle, I want it to point that direction. Okay, so you can see how that worked. And then this next piece of wood I want facing this direction and pointing over here. So to do that, can I put this one here? I don't remember if I did it that way. Yeah. We'll put this one here first, and then when you put this piece in, you'll see there's another option for the point. You have to kind of look in the direction you want for it to do that piece. okay? It's not looked out. Now this other one is coming straight this way towards this corner. So we're going to have to actually get that piece over there first to do that. So if we look straight down, we'll see we need a triangle here. We'll probably have to pick that piece back up in a second anyways. But now I've got this pointing where we want, and then this now points in the corner we want to. Now, the drawback is this doesn't point that way, right? So we're going to pick this up. This is because I'm this fussy. Now this one is pointing this direction towards the corner as well. So once again, if we go over here, we get to point in. So I know that doesn't, like, it doesn't have to do this, but I like that everything points into the corner. It just gives a bit more flow into that corner. So I don't know why that matters to me, but it does. If it matters to you, now you know how to do it. And then we have to get our next piece goes down in there. But I'm not going to do the steers yet because that's a bit fussy. So let's go ahead and get down here. We're going to grab our... oh, I need those. What am I doing? We're going to take those. We'll take these guys. We'll take some ceilings. And then I'm going to show you guys how to do this bottom piece too real quick. So to get this to line up the way I wanted to, essentially what I did was I put a rail down first on that outer edge. So I did the same thing. I went outside and I looked at my feet to get it to go the direction I wanted to. And then on top of that, I placed a ceiling. So you can see I did that over here. And then after that, I actually took out the railing and I put a wall in place. So if I look down, so that's how I got that piece to line up the way I wanted to over there. Okay. And I had to do that because I did that extra half piece of wall above us. So because I have that extra half wall up here to give me the look I wanted to, I had to have this piece to get up there. So with that piece being there now, I can actually just grab my ramp for it. Before you put the ramp in, you want to actually go ahead and put down your rails. So let's do that real quick. And then once you put the rails in, you can switch them over to the half wall, and they'll turn out the direction you want. Half wall. Oh, that one's backwards actually, because it snapped to the wrong piece. So we'll pick that. Oh no, we'll pick that up. Sneaky rail. Okay, and then switch to half wall. I did it again backwards. This is the one that needs to be green, not blue. Now I can switch over. So now it's got the same texture all the way around for it. Easy enough to do. We'll put this guy in, and we'll just switch this over to stairs. Thank you, S Plus, for having all these cool options. Okay, can I carry everything else we have? Probably most of it. I'm a little heavy now. Can I move? I can still move. It's fine. So we're going to go ahead and get upstairs first then, and we'll finish laying out our floors and stuff here. So we're going to go ahead and just put this in. And I went with stone here instead of wood for two reasons. The first is that I like the texture difference for it. And the second is that it doesn't require them to be facing a certain direction. So as finicky as I'm about this kind of stuff, if I were to put that in the center, I'd have to get them all to point towards the center for me to be happy with it. And let me tell you, that's not the easiest thing in the world to do. So a little texture change is nice to have there anyways, so that'll help a lot for that. All right, let's go ahead and get our glass in and the rest of our walls then. So everything should already be kind of set to stamp the way you want it to. But you want the green facing in for the way we're doing this, because we're doing inside out walls. So green facing in. We should have one more, right? Green facing in. Okay, and then this will get a little awkward because it's not supposed to be green facing in. This one is blue facing in. And sometimes it likes to snap. Now we've got ceilings here, so it does like to snap sometimes to the wrong piece. So you got to kind of watch the snap points and make sure you're in good shape. All right, now we can put in our last rails up here. So I just did this little gap in the back to have kind of like this air gap. Oh, I don't even... Yeah, I do need that. I wanted a little bit of an air gap up there just to kind of have a cool look to it. And then I think I had one there as well. I believe that's right. And then we'll go ahead and put in our stone up top. Triangle ceilings. Triangle roofs. The most fun part of ARK. They never like to snap where they're supposed to, so sometimes you kind of have to trick them into place. So, like, I've been putting them, when we put them in so far, you've seen it's been green there, right? I'm going to actually do Q. So I made it think it was going the other direction, and then magically it wanted to go where it was supposed to. Okay, we should be able to finish this piece up, actually. Because this should just snap to itself. No, right there is good. And then we can do the same with the glass up top now. Nope, right. If we could just... Oh, maybe it didn't snap like it's supposed to. Oh, that one didn't. Right there. Alright, so that's right. Now, thankfully, I can do all this because we have our foundation, our supports turned off on this. So we can kind of mess with some of this stuff a little differently. So I can snap that piece in now. Snap that piece in now. And then you should see over here, we've got one more piece to go up on top that way. And that may or may not snap up that way now. It does. Perfect. Now we have to get in the rest of our pieces back here to make the roof. To do that, I'm going to just jump up twice with this. And we'll see. This is a bit hit or miss on how that works. Using things to your advantage that aren't made to work that way. Alright, let's try that again. Okay, now we're up. So now we can kind of just mimic what we have on this side. So we need to get the rest of our stone pieces down here. So we've got triangle, triangle, square. So we'll just do triangle, triangle, and square. And that part's good. And then on the top piece here, we need to go with the slope on that piece there. And then we should, let's make sure I got that right. Triangle, then slope, okay? So we can go ahead and put this in. Hit the wrong way because that's what it does. And then this will be a little tricky because it wants to snap to the wrong piece. I might have to take the other one down for a second. All right, pick this up. Let's put these in our hotbar. Make our lives a little easier. And I think I will have to actually pick this piece up to make this work. So, pick up the triangle. I'm going to do triangle here. I'm going to do sloped here. And then we should be able to put the triangle up there. Okay, I don't think I need that piece there. Do I have one? I have it on the ends. I see. Okay. So that little railing piece needs to go over there instead. Perfect. Okay, now we're up inside. We've got this wall pretty well done now, but we want to put in one more wood wall. That one should go here. And then the reason that we've got some stone in here, so you see the stone we have over here? It's actually in there to hide this gap. I don't like the gap that shows up when we're taking the wood over to this. So that those door frames I had down there were really just there to put that one piece in to kind of hide those gaps. And then I just did that kind of with a bunch of stuff. Do I have all that stuff? I do, right? Yeah, okay. So what I did then is in these spots over here, you can see that it's on either side of this. And because we flipped the pieces around, that should snap in because those are flipped backwards from each other. So I've got that in. I need to put one underneath here if I can. It may or may not let me because they're weird about that stuff. I can't. So we'll have a little bit of that upturned piece there. And over here, we did it again on the wood. So where the wood and the metal meet, we did another piece. So go over here. Wood, metal are meeting. We'll put that there, and I can snap one underneath. And one on top as well. And then, I don't remember if I put them on that side or not. I might have actually completed that look. So the outside edge. Okay, so I think we're good then. Right? I have 3 more, though. I feel like I'm not using all the ones I meant to. Did I put them inside? Did I put one here? I might have put one here, too. Did I? To kind of complete the same look. And then I should have just the one here, I think. I have an extra door frame. This is why you don't take things apart, guys. Alright, I should have a rail to go right here. We're going to just turn that into a half wall. Ah, I remember the part I missed. Up top here. Let's pick this up. Okay. We need to put in our actual rails up top, too. So we'll go ahead and put this in here. And then we'll go ahead and take our rails. We'll put them down onto our hotbar. And we should be one of these guys. Now, there is a separate snap point, so you got to be a little careful because it's going to try to do that occasionally. That should be right. Yep, across the board. Okay, that's pretty close. I think that's pretty good, guys. So that's the basic layout for the actual base itself. Now you can see that we've kind of, if you look on if you look over on this side, some of the actual glass textures are a little different. I've changed the outline of some of the stuff, and I haven't done that on the other side yet. So I'm going to go through and do some of that. And then I'm going to grab some pieces and parts for us to put inside, and we'll actually start working on that. We're going to have ourselves an actual house up here. Beautiful. Alright, geeks, we've done a little bit of decorating. It's nothing amazing, but I want to show you guys what we got going on. So let's go ahead and take a look from the outside again at what we're looking at. This is the basic shape of our new dwelling, our new house. I have no idea what to call this yet, so if you guys have an idea, let me know. We'll have, I don't know, we'll figure something out. So we're going to walk in, and right now we've got the kitchen over here. We've got ourselves our little dye cooker, our Eco RP cooker, our Eco RP like crafting station. You can see we can make a bunch of stuff here. And actually, I've got a bunch of extra stuff to put back in here. So I was just kind of messing around with some different options here for us. We'll just put all the eco stuff back in here for now. Then we've got the ice box, which is like a refrigerator on crack that doesn't require anything to go inside it for it to last forever. So that's real nice. Then over here, we made ourselves a little breakfast area so I can just take a seat, enjoy the waterfall view while I'm eating my breakfast. Dance on my table, apparently. This is our wardrobe mod, so we can go ahead and put some of this stuff back in here, too. So this is just where we make all the crazy gear we're wearing to kind of make how we look. Then upstairs, we've got ourselves our bed, which I wanted to have, like, it's too bad you can't lay in these beds because it's not the vanilla ones, but I just want to kind of be able to, like, imagine waking up to this view every morning. Like, it's resort-like, man. We made ourselves a little sitting area over here. I think we can actually sit on this middle piece, too, which is pretty funny. But, so you can sit there. We can sit in one of these beautiful chairs and just enjoy our view in the morning. Or, you know, you need to, we can come on over here and use the facilities. So we're all set up in here if we have to do that. The other side, there's no door on it right now. I'm kind of consider this my writing area. This is where we're going to put all of our, where we got some of the ship's quarters stuff. That's where we got some of this stuff here. So, there we go. That's some basics, guys. Oh, what do you think? You like how this place looks? I feel a bit resortish here. I dig it. So we'll go back out here. We'll take a look again from the outside. So it's nothing huge, just a little domicile. Honestly, we could probably put a bunch of crafting stuff in here and be fine too. But I didn't want to have to put a bunch of crafting stuff in if I could help it. So this is kind of, like I said, this is just going to be our home. So I ended up putting some more stuff in here. We'll kind of make some sitting areas or something like that. You know, we might have one of the geeks that's way better at decorating than I am kind of come in and help us out a little bit to get some of this looking a little better than it does now. But yeah, that's the basic idea. I wanted a place that you could wake up in the morning and see this beautiful sight. That'd be the last thing you see before you go to sleep too. A little bit different design than the basic one that works off just this shape here. But you know, then I don't know. I like it. I like having a little bit of a different look for it. Can we get into your tail here? Yeah, I think this is pretty good. One more look. Oh, that looks pretty good. All right, guys, we're gonna call that an episode. If you have any brilliant names for this place, let me know. Right now, this is called Spire Arahli, this place that we're on right now. So we need a name for this our little cliff platform house deal. I don't know. You guys think of something brilliant, you let me know. Hope you've enjoyed the episode. If you have, feel free to drop a like below. You can always subscribe for more content, and I will catch you on the flip side.